and my friends. I'm so glad you're here. I see Dean over there, Karen. I see Drew. He was in the last Sunday school class that Betty and I taught. Leaving elementary school, going in to junior high, middle school. And today, he's a candidate for a master's program. But anyway, we came back and we went to our apartment and we had spent a month. I gave you fair notice.
Let's jump to midlife, Dad. Better jump to midlife.
5 minutes.
You know, a synonym of wandering might be, am I going too long?
5 minutes, Dad.
5 minutes.
Midlife, Dad. Jump to midlife.
Moving on.
1961. The best year. No, 62.
Well, going to middle life, Betty and I definitely made the commitment to raising our children in a God-directed life effort. So important. We did that early on, and we continued it as we went through life. But you see, these kids took most of the time, and they didn't leave me much time, guys.
Hey, you'll get a chance to do some more too, so don't worry. Everybody's going to share in a minute.
Life's experiences for Betty and myself, and she was primarily responsible for making sure that when we sailed, we tacked properly as a husband and a wife and mother and father. And whatever came at us, we hit them, we met them head on. We didn't avoid them. And we used to talk about this, that life just keeps coming. And it's going to come either as an opportunity or it's going to come at you as a problem. But either way, you got to deal with it, because it ain't going to go away. And then one thing that we did share with each other on a frequent basis was that we don't need to worry about what we don't know. Whether we need to rejoice about what we do know. Think about that. And if you have that attitude towards each other, then love abounds. This celebration is for Betty. But it's hard for me to talk about Betty that I don't use we, because she was so important in my life. And she taught me this. And we learned it together because we lived it, and that was that God loves us because of who God is. Not because of anything we did or didn't do. Get that? Put it in a capsule. Hold on to it. We didn't want to be bound up in our projected self-image. Rather, we did serve when God gave us a chance. And let me make sure that you understand. God loves us without reservation. And the full measure of evidence of that is in the person of Jesus Christ, his only Son. And Betty and I glorified God because of that. Because we went through life, and we would do this frequently. We'd say, oh, that was a God thing. Or something else had happened. That's a God thing. Kelly's experience falling on an asphalt track, and Buddy was she-skinned up. That was a God thing. God had a purpose. When Robin and Carrie got together to serve God, that's a God thing. When Dean lost his mom, and he was in grief, he reconciled that situation because it was a God thing. But I do have to relate this. Discipline of children. We didn't use corporal punishment, but we used the threat of it. I had a big black belt. And it would have held a man that used 46 inches, okay, around. Big belt, wide. And I hung it in my closet. And when Lonnie would get out of line, and discipline was indicated, I'd say, Betty would say, well, where do your father get from? And I get home and she related to me, and I knew full well that she had the facts. She knew the facts. And I said, Lonnie, go get the black belt. Now, when he brought that black belt back,
sure you love you, Dad.
I'd put it together, and I'd put it on his butt.
Oh boy.
But that wasn't the discipline. The discipline was sending him to get that black belt, and how, you know, it had to be an awful long trip. And then for him to take it back and hang it up. And that was fun.
Let's wind it up, Dad. Bring it back. Bring it back, Dad. Bring it back.
All right.
And your point?
Y'all can't see this, but I want you to, I'll tell you what it is.
That's Lonnie's butt.
I'm so glad we're having fun because we're celebrating Betty.
We are?
That's a picture of Betty and me, okay? And I had just got home from open heart surgery, and I had one of those red pillows that you hug, and they had my lounger all set up for me and so forth. I slept in that lounger for almost 3 weeks. But there's Betty and I, and we're dancing. The day after I got home. And she walks over to the chair, she walks over to the stereo, flips it on, walks over to the chairs and says, "Get up, Bill." That's the proof right there. That's the proof right there. I'm going to close, y'all. I've had a great time wandering with you because I'm with family and friends. Betty and I wish you enough sun to keep your attitude bright, no matter how gray the day may appear. Betty and I wish you enough hellos to get you through the final goodbye. Betty and I wish you enough happiness to keep your spirit alive and everlasting. And so all of my family and loved ones and friends, Betty and I wish you enough. You fill in the blank. And then I have a final confession of fact I'll share with you at this wonderful gathering of family and friends. Folks, I had no idea of the love I had for Betty. Before that damnable disease took her from me. And if you're sitting there as a husband and a wife, turn to each other, if you will, right now. And confess your love. And I can tell you, as you do that, Betty's rejoicing.